My father got sick and I lost my father due to a long, prolonged illness. I had started taking tuitions and teaching younger kids so that some money could be brought in. I was working at a place where people would walk in and pay more than my monthly salary for one time of meal. And every time I would clear their plates, I would tell myself, I would promise myself. The hunger to succeed started by looking at all these failures around me. The same restaurant where I used to serve and earn 3,200 rupees a month, only this time success sometimes is not about how talented you are, what qualifications you have, how well you can talk, or how good looking you are. At times, it is only about the hunger that you have to succeed. It is only about that hunger that is there in you. The hunger that I'm talking about comes only if you have witnessed a lot of failures around you. Because then all that you want to do in your life is succeed. Hi, my name is Shweta Saraf, and this is the story of a small town simpleton who I think has come a long way from where she had started initially. My father had his business in Ranchi, a small town in Bihar. Ranchi today has become a big city, but back then it was a small backward town of Bihar with little exposure to the big world. My parents had 3 kids, and the financial situation at home was not very good. At the age of 14, I had started taking tuitions and teaching younger kids so that some money could be brought in home. My father had his ups and downs, and I realized very early in my life that society doesn't treat failures very kindly. They are not happy with failures, and that is what excited me, and all I wanted to do in my life was succeed. The hunger to succeed started by looking at all these failures around me, and all that I wanted to do in my life was go out and get that success for myself and my family. The only way that I could achieve success was by getting out of that small town. By again, I overcome all the obstacles and got admission in hotel management college in Chandigarh. I took a train and I boarded the train and off I went. Now, from a small town, I came to North India, where Biharis were really ridiculed and made fun of. My accent, the way I talked, the way I would dress up, everything was made fun of by everyone at the college. But I did not let this get onto me. I still had that hunger that I have to succeed. And I give it to myself that these are the years that I've got to spend here, take all of this, because this is going to lead me to a successful career in hotel industry. I would land up a big job as a manager in one of the five-star hotels. So I was there in this college where in the evenings, the students would discuss where they are going to party. I would walk down to a job that I had taken up in a restaurant as a hostess. This was a part-time job. Girls would talk about clothes and fashion, and all that I had to do was take up a job, a peculiar job of working as a stewardess in one of the private parties, where I would get about 250 rupees a week. Now, this 250 rupees helped me take care of my food. My part-time job helped me to take care of my hostel expenses. I told myself that these are the years that I have to struggle if I have to succeed. Now, Chandigarh is a very forward and a very, very modern city from the place that I came from. And it did get on to me, and there were times that I wanted to just give it up. I felt very lost. But I had to keep moving, again, because I wanted to succeed. I came to Gurgaon, and unlike the dreams that I had, that I land up a good job as a hotel manager, I did not get that. The first job that I got was as a stewardess for 3,200 rupees a month in this five-star hotel. I did not let this put me down. I started working very hard on that job because the only thing that I had was this hunger that I have to be successful at this job. So this job of a stewardess, I gave in my 200%. I worked for hours, never looking at the watch. I would come early, I would go late, and gave this job my 200%. I was working at a place where people would walk in and pay more than my monthly salary for one time of meal. And every time I would clear their plates, I would tell myself, I would promise myself that I'm going to come back to this same very restaurant and eat here as a guest. In the meantime, what happened was my father got sick, and I lost my father due to a long, prolonged illness. And the responsibility of my siblings and my mother also fell on my shoulder. Now there was one way where I could just let all of this get to my head, but I didn't let these hardships pull me down. I kept working hard. Always remember, hard work pays off. People notice the way you work, people notice the passion that you have for your work. Someone somewhere definitely notices the way you work. And my hard work did get noticed, and I kept getting promotions. So, in a span of 3 years, from earning 3,200 rupees, I ended up making about 20,000 rupees a month. I was the only female stewardess in that hotel with every male around me. But I could manage to succeed and I could manage to get the kind of promotions I got only and only because I had that hunger in me to succeed. After this job, I took up another job of working as a secretary, which was a very, very well paying job. Now, a secretary's job is boring to a lot of people, but I took up that job because I really wanted to be successful. I wanted to be a CEO now because I had that hunger and I wanted to know how these CEOs work and I wanted to learn their ways of working. After spending about 2 years as a secretary, I opened up my own company. This company I started with my brother from a small storeroom. When I started this production house, we started a film production house called Pumpkin Entertainment. And when I started this film production house, I had no professional qualification. I am not talented enough to be a film producer or a film director. I had no formal trainings for this field of work that I had gotten myself into. The only thing that I knew was I'm going to make this one room office into a successful business venture. And that would be my tribute to my father. Today, my turnovers are in crores. I went back to the same place that I came from, and in Ranchi, and there were people around who would come up to me because today we were successful. The same people who discarded me and my family were there to meet us and to let everybody know that they knew us. Not that I've arrived or something, but life definitely seems better now. And I think we'll go far more ahead because I still have that hunger and the capability in me to go out and get it. At times, I still feel that the fire in me that was there when I was 14 years old flares up. And I go after a project with the same zeal, with the same enthusiasm, and same passion because that hunger in me to succeed has still not died. It's still there. I don't let it die. You can achieve anything that you want in your life. The key here is to want it and want it bad enough. If you want it really, you will always get it. Don't let these failures act as a depressant in your life, but use these failures as a means to encourage yourself so that you can go out and achieve more. If people make fun of your accent, tell yourself that you've got to be so successful that this accent becomes a style statement. If people tell you that you're not good enough, work hard and prove it to the people that you are good enough for your job. Don't let all these things deter you from going out and getting it for yourself. Learn from every hardship, learn from every failure that you come across. Today, I have learned how to dress well. I've learned how to talk. I have learned how to mingle with people at society get-togethers. I have learned to talk to my team with a smile and tell them to go ahead and do it for themselves. My moment of epiphany came when I could take my family to the same restaurant where I used to serve and earn 3,200 rupees a month. Only this time, I could walk in as a guest and I paid for the meal from my own money.
Tell us what you think about this video and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.